I think my favorite chapter is the one right at the end. Um, it's the one where I have listed 10 things to achieve and maintain a growth mindset. The reason it's my favorite is because, it's so simple. I think a lot of this stuff is straightforward. It's not straightforward until you're made aware of how straightforward it is. Um, so I had kind of thought about 10 different things that someone can be doing to help to increase a growth mindset. And I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but the first one is like be patient. And the
Hmm.
reason why I say be patient is a lot of people want success quickly. If they want to get to somewhere, whether it's a promotion or they're achieving something and expecting to see the results like in a week's time or in a month's time, it's like, no, you have to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. So if you're trying to achieve something, don't expect results fast. You've got to look at it from these incremental steps that you're going to need to make along the way to become, successful. So that was kind of, one of the things, and it was about being patient and time and surrounding yourself with people that will not only encourage you and push you, but will not always be there to tell you what you want to hear. Because again, most people will ask a question, but they only want to hear a certain answer. If you've got someone who's deeply honest with you and they may say, look, Will, you are not strong enough in this area yet. You need to spend a little bit more time developing this skill before you can say that you're competent. Now, you may not want to hear that because you might think you're there already and you might think, well, no, I deserve the promotion because I've already got the skill. But you need people to be, honest with you. So you've got to surround yourself by people who are smarter than you, but
Hmm.
also people who can be a lot more honest and direct with you when they need to be. But at the same time, those same people will encourage you, recognize what you're doing, and push you along with good recognition, positive strokes like well done, good job, all of those things. You need all of those things to be able to continue to move yourself forward. So, yeah, I mean, that was just a couple of things out of the 10. But, it's interesting because in the book, I have this quote, which was a quote I've got the book here in front of me. It's a quote originally by Marcus Garvey, right? But Bob Marley uses some of those words in one of his songs, right? Called Redemption Song. Now, the quote is this. It says, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. And basically, what they're saying is, in order for you to move forward, you have to free yourself from the mental slavery, that voice in your head that's telling you you can't do things or it's limiting you. The minute you can do that, then you're freeing your mind for growth and development and things like that. And again, most people don't realize that it's all it's all in your mind. Everything that you're doing that you feel restricted, it's not coming from other people doing it. Don't get me wrong. Some other people may tell you you can never achieve this or you can't be that. That's what happens a lot when you're kids or, when you're at school and teachers tell you, you'll never become an engineer. Something I was told. Um, you'd be better off working in a factory, Mike. So those things can register with you and stick with you and then start to limit your own beliefs. So you have to free your mind going forward. So yeah. But yeah, coming back to those 10 things, understanding mental slavery and how to free your mind, and having those ten things, I think was my favorite piece because it's something I talk about a lot with people. If I'm coaching people, I kind of preach that. So yeah, it's part of my favorite part of the book.